Fossabit says, I am a savage creator is now live streaming just chatting, can the 49 ERS bounce back with a top trade going into day 4? Stream Elements says, I am a savage creator is now live streaming just chatting, can the 49 ERS bounce back with a top trade going into day 4? I am a savage creator says, silence support the stream up and set your notifications peasants, Discord IIS now up go join the squad to network and work together, link. Botrix says. Botrix has correctly joined the channel.
Alright, y'all. So there are some things um that can be fixed. I know all the content creators and the fans are going crazy, media, local media is going crazy. The 49ers have lost and blah blah blah. But I figured, why not do a stream where we can figure out how to fix the problem instead of just bad mouthing the team on every stream we get views or whatever. But let's just change the narrative a little bit and figure out what they can do. And let's also remember the 49ers were last year were at the same point, right? So they've always had this starting slow and they'll end up going, speeding up throughout the middle towards the end of the season, making a run. Typically, if a team is going to struggle, like be mediocre, what have you, it's better to have the beginning of the season where they're kind of playing around 500. Technically, instead of having um, you know, instead of just being at the towards the middle, the later the season, you want that team to get into mid November and make that good run into the end of the seasons into the playoffs. So so that's also a way of thinking. And the 49ers always have over the years started slow, and I think we need to realize that this is a team that starts slow, and that's kind of their identity a little bit. And let me load this up real quick. So yeah, I mean, this is what I think potentially. Let's say the 49ers. So let's work on fixing the 49ers. So we're going into day 4. We already know that DeAndre Hopkins got traded to the Chiefs, which for a fourth round draft pick. Um, 49ers need a receiver. They need receivers. They need maybe a special teams guy. Uh, but they definitely need receivers. They need someone off the edge to complement Nick Bosa. But let's go over receivers first. So there's some receivers that I think that would be very good candidates, and that have been rumored. Uh, Jacksonville Jaguars, Christian Kirk, uh, New York Giants, Darius Slayton, Carolina Panthers, Jonathan Mingo, and also Jonathan Mingo you can also use on kickoff returns as well. Carolina Panthers receiver Dante Johnson, and New York Jets receiver Mike Williams. Ever since Mike Williams dropped that pass and uh, they lost the game or whatever, Aaron Rodgers has not been too high on him. And let's be real, Aaron Rodgers runs New York Jets. That's just what it is. He's the GM. So they're gonna get rid of him. And plus they have now that they have uh, you know Devontae Adams now, and they already have Garrett Wilson. So they're gonna unload Mike Williams, unlock some of that cap. 49ers do have quite a bit of cap space this year. I think next year I want to say they have like 54 million next year or something like that going into 2025. So they are a very good against the cap right now. Um, as far as these receivers that I named, the one that always sticks out to me is two. Deontay Johnson, I think, still has a little bit of pep in his step. I think that but better yet, let's just go into his measurables. And this is why I think Deontay Johnson is the best bet.
Fossabit says, 90-second ad break now running.
Wow.
Thank you for your support.
So Deontay Johnson is gone. Wow. So he's gone. So it's not even no need to do him anymore because he's gone. He's been traded. Panthers predicted to send Pro Bowl wide receiver to Buccaneers at NFL trade deadline. Does it say if it's definite? Oh yeah, it's pretty much definite. Let's see. Deontay Johnson said that you traded. It doesn't say. It doesn't say. It just says that he's expected to get traded. It doesn't say. So it doesn't say that he went to the Panthers yet. They are saying that he might go. But he has not got traded yet. I'm looking right now, you guys, to see if it's a definite he got traded. I don't see a definite yet for Deontay Johnson. I don't see anything. They're saying he's rumored to probably go to Tampa Bay. But I don't see anything. I don't see anything that could so let's go over Deontay Johnson's stats. Okay. We know he's on a pretty bad team. And let's just go over that as well. We're gonna go over career stats. All right, let's open this up. Oops, right here. All right, so this is some of his stats. Okay, so career stats, 2019. Let me pull up the pen here. Pull up my Illustrator. All right, so we know 2019, he's had 59 catches, 680 yards, 5 TDs. 2020, 88 yards, 923, 7 touchdowns. And then he's starting to, break into that Pittsburgh audience. And then we got 2021, 107 catches. These are both are very good years. He was a rookie this year, so almost 1,200 yards receiving, 8 touchdowns. The year before last, 86 catches, 882, 0 touchdowns. I don't know if there was injuries or not. I'm thinking there may have been. Not too sure. I will say this. For a team he's terrible team. 2023, 51 catches, 717, and that's when they kind of traded him. So in the middle, I think they traded him in the middle of the season. I'm not too sure. But so that's kind of where he's even on teams that are mediocre or what have you. He's always put up good numbers. Let's see, how old is he? He's 27 years old. He's still 27 years old. Uh, you can line him up anywhere. You can line him in the slot. You can line him on the X. You can line him up in the Y. But he sees it at the X. He might play some Z. You know, so that's pretty much what you know, who I would pick. My second option, who I would pick, would be their second receiver on their team, which would be Jonathan Mingo. I think Jonathan Mingo would also be another target. So let's look at Jonathan Mingo, and he can be good in the kickoff game too. 49ers could use a kickoff return to help with the special teams. They've been struggling quite a while. Let's look at his stat line for Jonathan Mingo. All right, so here's Jonathan Mingo, 6'2", 220, big receiver. He was taken 39th pick in the NFL draft, 2023. Let's look at his stats. All right, so he played 15 games, 43 receptions, 418 yards, averaging 10 yards a catch. That is really good, averaging 10 yards a catch. This year, obviously, he's played in all the games, and he only has 12 receptions, 121 yards. So he's very similar to what he was then. He is not the top receiver on the team. Let me see. His last game, he had 1 reception, 1 yard. So is he hurt? Is he hurt right now? Oh, no, that's something else. I was thinking maybe he's hurt, but he only had 1 reception, what have you, and 1 yard. It just seems like someone's hurt. He has not been putting up great numbers this year. He hasn't got a lot of targets this year. One thing he is really good is in the return game. But this is a second option. You can get a young receiver who's 23 years old. You don't have to worry about paying him a lot of money. You already got $55 million next year for the salary cap, and you get a chance to grab a young player. You can develop him. He's taken the second round of the NFL draft in 2023, so he has a lot of upside. The only other option I could think of would be Mike Williams, but I don't know how much Mike Williams is against the cap. But I just wanted to kind of pop on here and say, you know what? We get it. 49ers have been 3-4. I mean 3-5 before, and they turned around and went to a championship game and a Super Bowl before. This is how Kyle Shanahan starts. He needs to get back. Kyle Shanahan needs to get back to you know what got him to the dance, which is those short passes that the receivers get their yak. He'll get Debo back. Debo was practicing. He was on the field working out. Even though he has pneumonia, I think he will be playing. Juwan Jennings might be playing. Christian McCaffrey is probably going to be back after the bye week. They'll start running Christian McCaffrey's timetable for his practices to see when he can come back. So some players are coming back. Ayuk is hurt, but one of those options that I just named, either Mingo, which would be a younger option we could develop, or you can go and get the better player, which I think Deontay Johnson is the better receiver, better player. One other thing I wanted to address was the edge rush. Edge rush, trade deadline, NFL. Let's see if there's anyone. Okay, so the biggest guys on there are some big names. We have Max Crosby, which would be incredible, and the 49ers have enough space to go get Max Crosby, who is elite. I said elite pass rusher, elite, like one of the best of best. He'll be elite. He's still in his prime. And he would be a great option. One thing he said, he don't want to get traded. His quote the other day was this when he was on his podcast was, "I'm sitting here instantly doing what I do. I feel like I have to dress with my teammates. I'm not trying to leave. You know what I mean? I know it's a business. I know you don't have 100% control, but I want to be here. I want to be in the silver and black." I say it out loud. Let's go over this. Let's look this up real quick, so you guys can read it. I say it out loud and clear. I want to be a Raider. Just seeing the craziness of being it's effing insane. What the blank has this turned into? Crosby has been linked to Detroit since Detroit did lose their top elite line of pass rusher, Adrian Hutchinson. And that would be an option. He's going to cost some money, though. Trying to think what would be another option. Another option would be Myles Garrett. He's going to cost you more money than what's your name? There are some elite pass rushers that would just instantly make the 49ers really good. Myles Garrett can run against the he can play against the run, he can sack the quarterback. He is the top. When the two linemen was who's better, Aaron Donald or Myles Garrett, it was always the debate, you know. I think now is Myles Garrett the best right end in football? Perhaps. He's in the top 3 or 4. Um, Myles Garrett is from Dallas, and he's been rumored to be dealing with you know going to Dallas, being at home. You know how they spin stuff and be like, "Oh, he's going back home." You know, he's from Dallas. That doesn't necessarily mean he's going to play there, but he would be an option as well. So there's a couple of things I think the 49ers could address. Another position 49ers could address is McKivitz, the right guard. He gives up a lot of sacks and a lot of pressures to the QB. Maybe that's why they're dropping back in the shotgun like that. I'm not too sure why they're running like that. But anyway, but I just wanted to kind of pop on here and kind of just talk to you guys for a second and realize that there can be some things that can be fixed, and not to panic too much. I would say after this week, if the 49ers lose, then you can kind of panic. Right now, we all know throughout the career of Kyle Shanahan coaching, we all know that he starts very slow in the first 5 to 7 games of the season, and right around first, second week of November, the 49ers start hitting a groove, and they go into the playoffs, and they pretty much get to your NFC Championship game or they get to your Super Bowl. It's always been like that, except for the first couple of years, and that's because they were going through rebuilding. After the first couple of years, it's always been like that. It's been like that with Jimmy. It's been like that with Brock Purdy. So, but anyway, I appreciate y'all, man. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, set your notifications if you're on YouTube. If you're on Twitter, follow me, show me love, set your notifications. And if you're on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe, like, and set your notifications as well. And I appreciate, and if you are, and sub up if you're on YouTube. If you're on TikTok and Twitch, you can sub and you can gift the stream by bits or by roses, whatever you want to do. And I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you guys pretty soon. I'm gonna end this stream, and I'm gonna take a quick little break, and then I'm gonna start another stream, and I'm just gonna, for all my people on Twitch, I'll be right back. I'm gonna end the stream, but I'm gonna be doing reactions, just fun reaction to your content creators, and I'm gonna do a gaming stream. Everyone on TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter can watch. Twitter and Twitch can watch the full stream. But if you're on TikTok and you're on YouTube, the only stream you're going to get is the gaming because of copyright issues when I'm doing my reactions. So if you're on TikTok and you're on YouTube, you can jump over to Twitch, or you can jump over to my Twitter and you can watch the whole stream live. And until then, I'll see you guys soon. Yes, sir.